StreamYard का माइक ऑन करो, सर StreamYard का माइक ऑन करो और मीट का कर दो बंद।
Hello guys, hello. First of all, just confirm me, am I visible and am I audible? Yes, am I visible? Am I audible? Just give me just a thumbs up or something so that I can know that I am audible and so that we can start. Yep. So first of all, I just wanna welcome you all. Hi Sumita, hi Harsh, hi Danu, hi Badal, hi guys. So today today we are having the first day of our cohort, that is the development day. Jinesh would be joining in couple of minutes. Before that, I just want to get to know like how many of you are excited. Like also, I just want to ask you like to get your laptop or something like that, so that you can also do some stuff that Jinesh told you. Or also, please carry one pen and paper so that you can make some notes, because these notes will help you when you are submitting a bounty, when you are revising the stuff and doing something else. So yeah, मुझे ही क्यों नहीं क्यों दिया done. Abhijit, could you just clarify what I would say? Okay, so here's the stuff. Today it is the first day of cohort. Uh, so we are having Janesh as our speaker and guest. He's gonna tell you all about like how you can start your journey and development in Web3. So first of all, how many of you are developer? Just uh, give me a thumbs up or me, something like that. Also, one thing I want to tell you, like you can also join the Gmeet. It's a exclusive Gmeet based on first come first serve topic. So if you want to interact with the speaker, that is Janesh, you can just join the Gmeet as well. As you can join the stream, because as it is a very niche category. So yeah, yep. Danu is a developer, Ankita is a developer, Vijit is a developer, Bada is a developer, Suhana is a developer. That's amazing. That's amazing. Uh,
Guys, just to remind you, starting of the presentation is going on YouTube, but the session will take place here also. So you can attend the ceremony, presentation ceremony on
cool, cool.
and then I think we can start here.
Okay, so I'm gonna start like Janesh is gonna present this stuff and all. I'm gonna share my screen and invite Janesh to speak. Uh, okay, so tell me like if Janesh is live, like you can hear Janesh. Just tell me like if you can hear Janesh what he's saying, if he's audible or not. Just tell me like if you can hear Janesh what he's saying, if he's audible or not. Dinesh, so first of all, I would like to welcome you on this day. Like we were planning from quite long, like a couple of months. So, are you excited to deliver today? Hey, Dinesh, Dinesh, are you there? Might be some stuff till then. Like I want to talk to my audience, like Abhijit Ranjan. Should we join meet as well? See, it's completely dependent on you. While joining, if you are joining a meet, it's there is a cap if you join the meet. Like we have taken a cap for 50 or 60 people. So if you want to interact with Janesh, please join the meet. But if you want to code along, or if you want to see how Janesh
Hi
is doing and
guys,
all,
am I
so yeah,
audible to all of you?
yeah, if just give me a thumbs up or something like that, so that we can know like Janesh, you can hear the Janesh, and then we're gonna start.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I hope you are audible to me. I'm really excited for today's
Yep.
session.
That's amazing, Janesh. First of
Yeah.
all, just wanna ask like what we can expect from today's session, like how excited and how crazy today's session gonna be.
Okay. So today we are going to take a deep dive overview about the whole development ecosystem in Web3. So we are going to take a deep dive into that, and we are going to explore a lot many things, starting from what was the brief history of Web3. Then we are going to talk about what are the fields in the development sector. Then we are going to talk about what is the tech stack that a person can use, what are the technology or tools that can help him ease everything. And after that, we are going to discuss about some more insights about how to get jobs, how to get into hackathons and even win hackathons, not just participate, but to win hackathons.
See,
My expertise is in hackathons a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I
So
have won lot many hackathons and participated as well.
people are
Yeah.
joining meet. So if you want to join and if you want to talk to Janesh during the session, you can just join this Google Meet as well. The link is shared in the comment section. You can just grab the link and join the meet as well. But if you want, you can attend the session here as well. So Janesh, I heard like there's gonna be the amazing sessions. So what is the like one thing that you are most excited about to tell like all the folks?
Okay. So the thing I'm excited about is resources. Resources is the one thing that you are not going to find it anywhere, but I haven't added them in the presentation. I'm going to only discuss the resources and even share the resources on the Discord only. So it's a way for all of you to interact with me on the Discord after the session. So I'm excited for resources, but the whole presentation and whole cohort today's day is going to be really exciting because I'm going to share a lot of insights. What are the different fields that you can think of on, and even this is not the limit. There are more fields coming up for the developers in the Web3 ecosystem, and yeah.
So I would,
So I think
yep.
you can start joining the YouTube as well as the Google Meet. On Google Meet, there are only 15 members right now, so you can quickly join
Okay,
and you can
let me just
ask
share
your
the link
friends
of the
to
Google
join.
Meet as well.
Yeah, you can ask them to join and Telegram पे भी link share कर रखी है, so you can quickly join in and ask your friends to फटाफट join in so that we can start. Waiting for everyone to join, and I think we can start at 8:45 or 50. Just do let me know कब start करना है. It's all on you.
So here's the link. I have shared the link in the chat as well. You can just go and join the meet as well. I'm gonna see you tomorrow again with the same session. Till then, I wish you a very best for the session and your journey in Web3. See ya. Sayonara.
Okay. It's time. It's getting populated. I'm happy to see that. Just dropping a message on Telegram as well. Then I'll share my screen with all of you. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Yeah, I think it should be visible. Just let me know in the chats that if it is visible to all of you. Okay. It's visible. Nice. We'll start in just 2 minutes. I think it's 45, and I think we can start because people are still joining. I see a lot many similar names from yesterday's Discord session, and I'm happy to see that many of you have joined. Yeah, Discord link will be shared once again, and it's on the Telegram group, so you can just check that out as well. Even I have shared a mail. The on the mail you can check that out. Discord link. I think you have opened your YouTube. Okay. You might be listening the session on YouTube and Gmeet as well. So I think that's why the situation will be there. Like you will be getting my voice. Is it with Abhijit or it just with everyone else? Just let me know so that we can start off. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, good to go. Yeah, I think we can start now. Hi guys, my name is Janish Balsundani and I'm a technical business manager at Router Protocol. I started my journey as a researcher, then become a developer, then now I'm handling the business stuff. So it's a long journey, quite a long journey. It's been more than 1.5 year for me in Web3 professionally. I have learned a lot, experienced a lot, and I'm going to share the same experience with all of you today. Today, it just be a introductory session about development. We are going to take a look about how the development ecosystem looks like and what are the fields, what are the areas, how we're going to learn it. We're also going to take a brief look at what happened in the past, what's the history of Web3, and then we are going to move forward with everything. I think that sounds good for everyone. I think now we can start the presentation. Yeah. Before starting the presentation, here are some of my quotes that I always like to present with everyone. The first one is Web3 is an internet space where we can do anything but cannot hide. So the quote simply means that we are now in a current internet space where there are no guards, no one is stopping us, no uncle aunties in the playground that are stopping us to do anything, to do all the fun and musty. But who were those earlier? In the Web2 space, those guards and uncle aunties were like the Facebook and Google of the of that space of that playground. But now they have been removed, so there is no looking over data, no monitoring, no restrictions as well. So there were lot many restrictions as well at that point of time. We knew what Apple knows about us and Google knows about us and Microsoft and Facebook knows about us. Even Apple has your data. When Apple says they are protecting you from privacy and all, but still they hold your data. So that's really risky for you. And yeah, all this have been removed in Web3. And obviously, why I say that you cannot hide here is that everything is visible on the ledger. So anyone can see what you are doing, but there's always a mask, there is always a public key, private key. So they do not know you by name. They know some person did something. And yeah, so that is what it is. I think first quote सबको समझ में आया होगा. Is it fine? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay. And the next quote is, this is also one of my favorite quotes. Developers are developing, users are using. That's it. It is this Web 3.0, no ruling over data, nothing. तो ये काफी सिंपल है इसको समझना कि यार डेवलपर्स डेवलप कर रहे हैं, यूजर्स उसे यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड इज दिस वेब 3.0? So it's a question I'm asking to myself कि यार is this web 3.0? There's no restrictions, there's no ruling over data. And yeah, it is. There's no ruling over data, nothing. So yeah, that's really amazing about Web3. And I think we can move on with this. Yeah. Yeah. So today, what we are going to cover: a brief history about Web3, pathways and preparation. What are the pathways to look upon? How to prepare for them? Tech stack and tools, hackathon grants, bounties, job, what these are, and how they are gonna make you win in the Web3 space as a developer. So I would like to kindly request all of you to just take a pen and paper and start making notes, because there is a lot to cover up, lot to catch up, and it's mostly about speaking and listening to my words and my session and writing it down, jotting it down, so that you get the most out of it. I'm giving you 2 to 5 minutes to take the pen and paper, because it's going to help you with assignments. And I'm going to tell you brief about bounties as well in the end of the session. I think that's okay. And when you get the pen and paper and you are ready, just let me know. Others also quickly get ready so that we can start. I'm going to wait for 1 more minute and then I think we can start. Okay, just few more seconds and then we are good to go. Yeah. So I think we can start now. So before moving forward, here is a brief about what is Web 1, what is Web 2, and what is Web 3. I think you are all able to see it. So Web 1 was a static internet read only and lead only era or read only space of internet, where you can just go on the internet, type something, and you get the information. You can start reading about it. It was like just reading on a Wikipedia. That's it. No interaction, nothing. It was less fun, less interesting. But for the folks at that point of time, it was a wow thing. But for Gen Z and people like us, it was a boring thing. So it was not like that. So that was Web 1. And then there came the Web 2 era. So Web 2 era was centralized, and it in that era you could have read, write, and interact with the internet, but it was centralized. So as we discussed earlier, how it was centralized, because there were guards and uncle aunties watching over us what we are doing and all. So this is what it was. Then who were those like Facebook and Google? Similarly, Web 1, it was Internet Explorer, Netscape, Yahoo, MSN. These were some of the Web 1 products. Similarly, in the Web 2, there were Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and everyone. But Web 3 came up. Web 3 decentralized, read, write, and own, more fun and amazing. So here I can do anything. I can read and write, and I can own the data. I can own the information, and I'm the owner of that application. What do we mean by read and write? So read and write means that we can read on the internet and as well as write on the internet as well as interact with the internet. So what does it mean? On the Facebook, you can interact on the post. You can comment down on the post. You are using YouTube. You are interacting with YouTube. With YouTube, we both are connected. So it's all about interaction on a whole large ecosystem of internet, and we can do anything. It's not just read and write. We are interacting with each other using Google Meet and YouTube together today. So this is what interaction looks like. But in the Web3, you also own the data. So what do we mean by own the data? So let's suppose there is a application, a smart D app or decentralized applications in the Web3 space, and you are using the services on that platform, right? It costs real money. Yeah, I'm coming to that. Why it costs real money? And it's not always about writing and changing the data. It's about using the services that they cost you. Because in the Web2 space, it was all free. You were the product that they were selling. Their own services were not the product, but you were the product that they were selling. Your data was the product. So you have lost a lot in the Web2 space. I have also lost a lot in the Web2 space. I was an irritated folk, but a technology lover, technology freak. So I quickly moved into the Web3 space. I wanted to create, innovate. That's why it was a motivation from inside to just quickly work in Web3. Coming back to the money part, Web3 is the where you get the opportunity to own the applications, to own the data. So when you own something, you need to pay for it. You are the owner, you own it, so you have to pay for it. It's the service, you have to maintain it. Let's suppose you own a house, you need to pay a lot to in its maintenance. You need to keep a service helper that will keep servicing the house, and you will have to redo everything again and again in the house. You need to paint it, you need to do all other kinds of services, electricity bills, water supply bill, everything is there. So it's all to maintain the house that you own basically. So this is why in a Web3 we have to pay for services that we use, and it is getting less and less and less, and it's getting cheap and cheap and cheap with time and with innovation. Once there will time come when you don't have to pay as well. But right now the technology is evolving, that's why you need to pay for it. But sometimes also it's free for most of the users, like gasless transactions is what it is about. That we are going to learn more about on the gasless transactions and all after the cohort, when we are going to have a deeper sessions, particular sessions about blockchain itself or the app itself. Okay, so today we are going to talk about development, so I'm going to keep it short and simple. Now I'm going to ask you a trivia question. Until then, if you have understood till here, you can let me know in the comments. Got it. Got it. Everyone got it. And if you guys are facing any doubts or problems, we are going to take it at the end of the session so that the flow of the presentation and cohort won't get spoiled. Okay, I hope you understand. And now come to the trivia part. So, what do you think? When was the blockchain technology introduced? In which year? I know it was Satoshi Nakamoto, but in which year? That's the question. Okay. Harpreet, have you ever attended one of my previous sessions, or is this your first time? And why 1991? Okay. Okay, Harpreet, from where did you got this insight? I just want to know, because I've not heard from anyone else other than me speaking like this key. It was introduced in 1991. The capability of time stamping the data. I'm currently researching. Okay. Oh, wow. Thanks a lot. Someone is researching and understanding the way one should understand. So kudos to Harpreet. So these are the folks I'm selecting who will get a direct entry to Deep First DAO, who are sharing some insights and giving me the answers to the trivia. Obviously, we're going to have more such questions. So Harpreet, if you don't get the bounty, you're still in Deep First DAO. That's for sure. And yeah, so telling more about 1991, what really happened in the 1991, the time stamping, the concept of time stamping was introduced by Stuart Harbert and Scott Stornetta. Yeah, so they both introduced the concept of time stamping, and that was a thing. And with the help of that, Satoshi Nakamoto was able to create the concept of Bitcoin, peer-to-peer cash system, and timestamping is still what we use in the ledger of every blockchain. So we cannot create blockchain ecosystem without timestamping. So that's one of the crucial important part of the structure. I hope you all got to know something new here and you have noted it down. So should we move ahead? Yeah, okay. So now comes the interesting part, the pathway. What are the pathways and what are the paths and options available in the Web3 ecosystem for a developer, and what kind of developer you can be? So starting from the front end developer, smart contract developer, API and integration developer, blockchain developer, smart contract auditor. These five are the current areas that you can look upon as a pathway in the Web3 ecosystem. We are obviously going to take a deep dive one by one, and I want you to take notes of that interesting field. And the sky is the limit. So there are more kind of jobs coming up for developers in the ecosystem. Talking about front end developers, okay, about front end developers and UI UX developer, the things that have been evolved in the space are like the design elements. The design elementation of front end development has changed and evolved a lot. Now we are building applications that are new to use. So we need to create the design perspective and improve the user experience. So user experience is one such thing that will help the users from Web 2 to onboard to Web 3. So that is how front end developers need to evolve in Web 3. And why is it so? Because earlier we used to log in using Google and Facebook account and Amazon account or even Microsoft account and Yahoo account, every kind of account, social account. But right now the things have changed. We now have wallets to get connected, and even the applications have evolved. That's why the front end developer needs to rethink how it gonna present the front end to audience so that they can get familiar to it and start using it. Like most of our parents still don't use Uber, Ola much, and Zomato, Swiggy, and these kind of Gen Z applications. There are a lot many parents, I guess. Agreed or not? Just let me know. Okay. So the reason behind this is only because of the interface. Our parents are not familiar with these kind of interfaces, and that's why the problem arises. And they are like, कि बेटा यार ये हमारे बस की बात नहीं है, तुम देख लो. And we are like, क्या है यार, ये तो इतना easy है. तो हर घर की कहानी. So this is what is going to be the similar kind of picture in Web 3. Abhi tak the parents are not ready for Web 2, they are not ready for Web 3 as well, if I'm honestly telling you. Even for telling my mother what I do as a profession, it took me around 6 months to tell her that what I am really doing, what is the industry I'm working in, and what is happening. And that is also when she asked कि बेटा कोई पूछे कि तू करता क्या है तो हम क्या बताएं. And for that I gave a simple answer, बोला कंप्यूटर में बैठ के कोड करता हूँ और बस ये काम है मेरा. That's it. सैलरी आ जाती है, कोड करता हूँ, कंपनी खुश, मैं खुश, आप खुश, और जिसने पूछा वो भी खुश. तो ये जवाब देना है. It's really difficult to explain to even parents and their generation what Web3 is and all. So ये एक चीज है. So that is, you need to take the case studies. Obviously we are going to do the case studies, Discord sessions, live sessions after the cohort wale jo honge. They are obviously going to take a look at how the front end has evolved and how to practice that. Okay. And front end integration is similar to like that. The APIs has changed, as well as the wallet connect features and some other features. Like earlier we used to use APIs for Google connection and Facebook connection and other social media connections, but now we have to modify it with the help of wallet connects like MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Trust Wallet, and few other wallets, Phantom Wallet, Soulflare Wallet. So there are multiple wallets that you can use So yeah, this is how the things have evolved. Things have remained the same, but the idea behind the things have changed. As you can see, the design elements and design perspective has changed. For whom we are designing, that also has changed. And as well as how we are going to code it, that has changed a little bit. But we were used to code in for front end development, we will now be continuing to code. So code is always there, just the way of coding has changed a little. I hope you got the idea of front end development, and if you have any doubts, we're going to take it at the Q&A session at the end. If you have doubt, you can just type in the comment section doubts, or if you have understood, then type yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh wow, I have explained in a very nice manner, I think. Whew. Okay. So should we move ahead with the smart contract development? Yeah, I think we can move ahead because everyone is saying yes. So yeah, what is a smart contract development? So we used to build backend logic in the Web2 ecosystem where we used to code functions and other things that users can use basically. Like if I am booking something on the app of Swiggy, everything is happening on the back end. Like I clicked, I want, let's suppose I want to order sushi. So I'll click on order sushi for me from this restaurant and start making the payment process. So I'll select the sushi, it will generate the bill, and in the back end, it will open the Google Pay for me and I'll make the UPI payment for them. So it's all happening in the backend. It's all the logic that is happening, and all it is happening on a centralized database server. So this is what used to happen in Web2. Yeah, Node.js for backend. Similar things used to happen in Web2, but now the things have evolved in Web3. The smart contracts are the one that are the logics or the backend behind your front end. They are the logic building part. And why we call it smart contract and normal code? Because it's a contract between the admin of the code writer, or you can say admin of the contract, and between the user that you are using the service. So and you are using the function, and in the contract it's mentioned what are the functions that you are going to use, and the contract is also publicly available on the ledger. So how beautiful it is. You know what you are using and what services you are using, and you will be using it anonymously without any access or without any reveal of data and information. It will be just alphanumeric code. Contract between developer and user. Yeah, it's an agreement, mutual consensus. Smart contract developer and the one who interacts with it. Yeah, it's same to that. So this is what it is. Obviously, we are going to see the tech stack and everything in the next slide. So this is what smart contract is, and those who write it, those are the ones who are called as the smart contract developer. I hope you got the gist of smart contract development. Then we are going to move towards the API and integration developer. Who is an API and integration developer? Okay. So now you have written your code on smart contract. You have created your front end, but now you need to merge it. You need to integrate both your smart contract and front end together, and as well as you need to deploy everything on a blockchain, and that's how the thing's gonna evolve. So for that, API and integration developer is there. Integration can be of anything. Let's suppose you wrote a smart contract. Now you want some extra feature or extra service to be added into your project. Let's just take an example. What I'm trying to say with the integration part. Okay. So what I'm going to say is integration is about integrating a third party application into your platform. Let's suppose I had a personal portfolio website and I am a podcaster. So I created a website and now I wanted to integrate my Spotify into my website. How I'm going to do it? Through API and integration tools. Are you with me? Have you understood the example that I am a podcaster who has a personal portfolio website and I have to integrate the Spotify playlist or Spotify account to that website. I'm going to do that with the API and help of integration. So this is used to happen in Web 2. Similar kind of things will happen in Web 3. So those who manage everything, they manage the pipeline of APIs and integration, are known as the API and integration developer. They are also a very uh, crucial type of developers, because here comes the security part, because the security might get affected, and that's why you need to be very safe and secure and sound while making the integration. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. Obviously, I'm going to share an example of how a Web3 integration take place. Let's suppose I created an application, a NFT marketplace. Okay, now for the NFT marketplace, I want to assure that people can buy it from any kind of crypto and any kind of chain. Okay, but that's not a feature available on my website, and I'm not capable to code it. So I'll ask the company who do this, who integrate the integration part. They are kind of they will become the payment gateway kind of service for me. Okay, so the payment gateway service will be integrated in my platform, and yeah, now I can wholly make a ecosystem application or decentralized application for that. So this is what API and integration developers do. I hope you got it. If you got it, then say yes, and if not, then you can say doubt in the section. Yeah, Bikonomy is an example. Our partners like Router Protocol, they are also an example. We are going to take an example of Router Protocol as well. Yeah, got it. Okay, okay. Then comes the blockchain engineer. So let me tell you guys, I'm a blockchain engineer. I started my journey as a blockchain engineer and researcher. I'm the one, or the people like me are the ones who create the architecture of a blockchain. They are the ones who wholly create a blockchain, that you see the number of blocks and block time, block hash, consensus model, and everything. So that's what blockchain developers are, and they are the ones who get the most out of the salary package part. Okay, so I was an enthusiast. I started learning on my own what is the blockchain creation. So let me just give you a gist about blockchain development. Okay, so blockchain is where all the transactions are happening and all the smart contracts are deployed. I hope you are getting it, that all the smart contracts and all the transactions are happening on blockchain. From for to take it as a Web 2 example, I'll say that every one of you might be aware of Amazon Web Services. I hope you know what Amazon Web Services are and what it is. So I have to create a decentralized AWS where people can deploy their smart contract and transactions can take place. So I need a computer system spread across all the world, and there will be blocks spread across the world, even the computation as well. So this is what blockchain is, and the developer who creates the whole ecosystem is called the blockchain developer. I have created two blockchains for my project, and I am working on my third blockchain architecture. Which blockchain are you working on? Currently, I'm working on Router Protocol, and they are launching their own blockchain. So that's where I have helped them to create that, and I'm in the part of the ecosystem. Other than that, I personally build my own blockchain. It's not a name. The research paper name is, it's EVM compatible. Let me tell you, Abhijit, the router protocol wala part, I cannot reveal the information right now because it's going live on the YouTube. I'll have to down the stream and edit some parts as well before re-uploading it, because that's official work. I cannot say. But about my project and my blockchain, I'm going to say it's JavaScript compatible, and you can create your code in JavaScript. That's the amazing part I'm talking about. Like, there you can deploy your logics in JavaScript and Solidity as well. So this is what I'm working on a personal side project. So this is what blockchain development for me. Okay, yeah. So I hope you got the understanding of blockchain developer. They have the salaries as well. I'm obviously going to cover the salary part because that's what makes you excited all about. Then I think we can move towards smart contract auditors. So similarly, the people who are the ones who take over to the security part in Web 2, they do the security testing, breaching. They are basically called the tester. There's a developer and there's a tester in Web 2. Developer writes the code and tester tests the code in various environments so that it does not get hampered. Similarly, there's a smart contract auditor in Web 3 who audits the smart contract, and here they are paid a lot, not like in Web 2. In Web 2, developer was paid more and tester was paid very less. But here the case is on the opposite end. Sometimes the smart contract auditors are paid much more than the developers. And why is it so? Because all the money, all the crypto is logged into the smart contracts. They are kept inside the contract. And if the contract is breached, there is a lot of money, a lot of crypto on the stake that is to be hampered. So that's why there are smart contract auditors who audit the smart contract and write the test cases one by one by one by one for checking each and every function. So let's suppose I wrote 5 functions on the contract. So I'll try to create as many as good cases and bad cases. What are good cases and bad cases? Good cases are when the function will perform well, and bad cases are where function will be tempered. Okay. So this is what good and bad cases are. There is no limit to good and bad cases. There's how much you can protect your contract and what's the maximum level that you can take it to. There's not always 100% security everywhere. So that's why you might have read everywhere there was a smart contract attack or there was a security breach in the Web3 space and millions of crypto funds were leaked and hacked. So it's all about what they were hacked. So that's why that is what smart contract auditors do. They are also paid very much more. And similarly, you to become a smart contract auditor, you need to understand solidity, and as well as the mindset you need to evolve is you need to start understanding about how to write test cases and what will be the possibilities, how will a user will attack it, or the how a attacker will attack the contract or try to breach or break the contract. So that's what they do. So yeah, this is about the 5 fields, and sky's the limit. You can start exploring about these things more and more and more and more, and that's how you are going to take a look about more pathways. Currently, these are the 5 pathways broken down. You might not be finding one or two everywhere, like the API and integration developer and front end dev also you may not find. But yeah, these are all the 5 fields currently in the market that are the 5 areas as a developer you can reach out to or become one, aspire to. Okay, I have given too many synonyms. So this is what it is. I know you might be having doubts. We need to discuss that as well in the end. I hope you got the idea of pathway and how to prepare for the pathway. That is also you might have got. Those who have doubt, they can just type DOUBT doubt in the chat so that I can know that yeah, we need to discuss at the end. Okay. And sky is the limit. We are moving forward. Yeah. I think the screen is visible and the tech stack is not limited. There are more tools and more things to explore in Web3 as tools in tech stack. Okay. So for the front end, you can obviously use the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Next.js. I know the Next.js is not visible because it's a black logo. I'm sorry for that. But the front end is like this. Languages are Solidity, Rust, Anchor. Anchor is a protocol created by Solana to simplify Rust. And similarly, for the backend and language part, there is Hardhat and Truffle to code in it. Okay. So Motoko, I haven't explored yet, but yeah, we can definitely discuss about it on Discord. The next thing is API and tools. So the APIs I was talking about to connect your front end to wallets is web3.js, ether.js. There's a protocol called Graph. The Graph, what it do is, if you have explored GraphQL or query language in Web2, you might know about that. Graph is a similar project for Web3 and created by the same team, same as GraphQL. So GraphQL and the Graph are the same, created by same company called Facebook. Facebook has created this. GraphQL was a query language created for Web2 to communicate data or information between backend and front end. And similarly, the Graph is also a query language which is needed and used to communicate between smart contract and front end. And there is a graph index data and provide subgraphs from where you can fetch data in front end. Yeah. So you can fetch the data in front end. So it's about fetching data from one end to another, connecting your smart contract and front end. And another one is called push protocol or EPMS. Can we use graph inside Solidity? You cannot use graph inside Solidity, but you can use graph with your front end. So you will create the query language on the graph side, and obviously you are going to integrate with the front end and Solidity part, the smart contract part. You are going to merge it. So yeah, there's a yes and no for that answer. Okay, and push protocol or EPMS, they provide the services of providing the name service on Ethereum network. And similarly, there are more tools and services for development in Web3. We are going to talk about more on the Discord sessions and further after the cohort. Okay. And similarly, there is a repository tool. In Web2, we used to use GitHub. For Web3, we also use GitHub. We deploy our smart contracts there. But GitHub is already hosted on a centralized server, and it's a centralized application, GitHub, owned by Microsoft. GitHub owns Microsoft, I guess. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. Who owns GitHub? Okay, Microsoft. Okay. So that is GitHub. But there is not one, but two, Gitcoin and Gitopia. These two are the projects that are completely decentralized network for deploying your code and smart contract and manage their versions. They are similar to GitHub. They are actually like GitHub only. So on that platform, you can host your contracts and store your contracts in a decentralized manner, and you can do all the changes, updation, version management on that. So that's interesting. Two projects to look out. I personally know the team of Gitopia. They are a good friend of mine. So yeah, we will definitely gonna have a session with Gitopia team in future for all of you if you are interested. I hope you will be interested and will like to use Gitopia. One such good thing about Gitopia and Gitcoin is they reward you for each and every push and pull or comments or whatever changes you make, the repositories you deploy. On the way you perform on GitHub and get no rewards, but here you get the rewards or incentives. You can say you are incentivized here for all your development work. I hope that sounds cool to you. Then there comes the storage part. What and where the storage or the data can be stored. Other than blockchain, there are decentralized storage services similar to your Google Drive and other Microsoft OneDrive and everything. For the storage, we have Filecoin and Arweave. So these are the two major protocols. Other than that, there are also other projects where you can which you can use, but Filecoin and Arweave are the most popular ones. Yeah, IPFS, that is interplanetary file system. So in the interplanetary file system, You can store your NFTs, other data's information, like you can host your blogs or papers or any other document on IPFS in a decentralized manner, and similarly on the RV. The two thing that is the what makes these two different from each other, it's the network that they are on. RV is on Solana and Filecoin is on Ethereum network. Similarly, there is an integrated development environment or other environment that we talk about, or the coding environment that we look for, or text editors that we can talk about. So currently we can use VS Code, Sublime, or any other editor you want. For Solidity, many people prefer Remix. It's an initial IDE. It's an online IDE, so you don't need any good system to start using Solidity or start coding in Solidity. You can start it with basic laptop as well. So because Remix IDE is hosted on internet, and it's an online IDE, so you can code it really well in Remix. But as a professional coder, I like to have my setup on VS Code. I have been using it for couple of months, couple of years, more than I guess 3 to 4 years, 5 years. I have used VS Code, so I'm familiar with that. So I started using Remix, but I didn't like it, so I shift to VS Code. Eventually, most of the professional devs switch to VS Code only. So yeah, these are the tech stack and tools. Obviously, this is not the limit. There are lot variety of tech stack and tools to use. I hope you get the gist. I tried to divide them according to the category or the area. I hope you got the idea about everything. Got it. Got it. Yeah. I think we can move on with this. Slither and Agenda can be used for testing. Wow, Abhijit, you also know these kind of tools. Then it's all an interesting insight. Yeah, Slither and Agenda are there, but those who are the manual ones are preferred, because Agenda and Slither are limited to one kind of perspective only. Obviously, they are tools, and other or smart auditing firms are using them to make their products, but that need to be evolved and updated again and again with the new kind of attacks and everything. I hope you understand that. So it's about a manual auditor as a person who likes to audit smart contracts. Is Ganache also using for testing? Yeah, you can. Ganache provides you the environment to test the code. Obviously, yes. So they provide you the virtual environment to test your smart contract. And now even ChatGPT find ways to improve a smart contract. Yeah, that's also an interesting insight. Yeah. So now comes the most important area कि भाई पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है, कौन कौन से एरियाज है जहाँ पे हम अपनी स्किल्स को टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. चीजें सीख ली, वी हैव लर्नड अ लॉट. चीजें सीख ली, समझ ली, देख ली. करना क्या है अब कैसे, क्या आगे क्या बढ़ना है, क्या करना है, वो कैसे होएगा फॉर अ डेवलपर. So we have currently 4 ways to look it as what we can do. One is hackathon, another one is bounty, third one is grant, fourth one is job. I hope you get the idea. And if not, then we are going to deep dive into it, because someone asked me yesterday that they don't know about grants and bounties. How many of you don't know about grants and bounties? Just let me know. Okay. Okay. काफी लोगों को नहीं पता grants and bounties के बारे में. Okay. So these are the one things that are gonna make you the money in Web3. I hope the person is here who asked me yesterday ki what is grant and bounties, because he was just looking for job Obviously, if we'll be meeting on Discord, just let me know if you are here. Okay, okay. That's nice. Okay. Hackathon. Let me just start with the hackathon. So you all have explored what hackathons are. They have been happening since Web 2 ecosystem, Web 3 era as well. They have been happening in long way. So with hackathons, right now in Web 3 space, the winning prizes have increased a lot. $1,000 reward prizes, job opportunities, internship opportunities, and whatnot you can imagine upon. So one thing is hackathon, and for hackathons, let me just take you a brief, tell you about brief about hackathon. How many of you think for hackathon you need to create complete product from start to end to win it? You need the complete front end, you need the complete back end, you need completely everything to win the hackathon. Okay, okay. Hmm. Some people are like maybe, and some people are like they don't think so, and some people are like yes. So let me tell you, ki for hackathons, I have won lot many hackathons by just creating front end. Even in Web3, I have just won various hackathons by just creating front end. Okay, so this is one thing that I want to tell you. It's not about how well you create it. It's always about the were you in a team. Yeah, it's always mandatory to have a hackathon in a team, but I always find myself unfortunate with the team side because मेरा लक हमेशा खराब ही रहा है. टीम हमेशा ऊपर नीचे ही मिली है मेरे को, ठीक है. बट स्टिल आई ट्राई टू विन बिकॉज वो क्या होता है ना, सारा काम मैं ही कर लेता हूँ, तो फिर सारा काम मुझे ही करना पड़ता है, कर नहीं लेता हूँ मजबूरी, तो उस कारण से दिक्कत हो जाती है, ठीक है. बट हाँ, अगर आप अच्छी टीम के साथ हो तो मजा खूब आता है. और मेरे पास अगर ऑप्शन होता अकेले हैकेथॉन करने का तो मैं कर चुका होता. Mostly it's with the team. Okay, so that the work is divided. Earlier, the hackathons used to happen in 2 or 3 days kind of manner. So I have attended that kind of hackathons a lot, where you used to have a weekend hackathon where 2 to 3 days were given, or 2 days, 48 hours, 72 hours were given to create the code and everything. So it's like that. But in Web3, on the online hackathons, Web3 is like the one that have introduced the concept, not introduced the concept of, but they are working on the concept of online hackathons where you can create the online by sitting at your home only. And why is it so? Because Web3 evolved in the COVID era. If I must say, they evolved in COVID era where physical hackathons or physical events were not possible. So they switched to that manner where you can have online hackathons and that they are cheap. So they save a lot of money for them. Okay, so that's one thing. So for the online hackathon in Web3, you get time for 1 month or sometimes even more than that to create the projects. Why is it so? Because companies also know that it is going to take a lot of time for you to understand the concept and start building the project, and even start understanding the problem statement as well. It will take you a lot of time. So that's why they give you 1 month time. But I can see right after from now, after 2 to 3 years, it's gonna be like you will be having the Web3 hackathons in same 2 to 3 day manners. So yeah, this is also gonna come. So this is what it is. For the physical hackathons, it's only 1 to 2 days. Similarly, like ETH India happened. Other than ETH India, there are a lot many physical hackathons that are going to happen. One of our partners, Plinth, is going to have in a physical hack is going to have a physical hackathon, and even we are going to have a physical hackathon that is going to be different from other hackathons as well. So yeah, this is what hackathons is. You can take part in it. You can start creating projects. You can start testing your skills in it, and you can always win the prizes. But it's always about how well you present the project. It's so many of the times for the online hackathon, you need to record a video, post it on YouTube, and share it as a presentation. So try to create your front end as nice and as sassy as I must say, and for Web3. So you need to create sassy and cool and funky and for the Gen Z kind of designs, something different, something unique designs for the front end. And they're gonna, if they are gonna like it, they will like the use case that you are trying to build in the Web3 space. You are obviously gonna win. So this is what hackathon is. You all can focus on that. Other than that, there what are bounties? Yeah. Thanks for sharing the link. We will also be having similar links on the Discord as well for all the members to explore. With so some platforms I would like to tell you about like, take a look about hackathons is one is DevFolio, then other one is DevPost. These two are the platforms that you can look for hackathons. DevFolio is about Indian hackathons, and DevPost is about online, international, or global level hackathons. So I try to take part in both. So these are what hackathons is. I hope you have understood about hackathons. You have noted down the points that are important. So it's always about the idea you want to work upon and how well you present it to everyone. That's what hackathon is. But always try to create the complete project. I try to mix. Once I started learning about more and more technologies, I started merging it. My first hackathon project in Web3 was the one where I combined AIML, IoT, and blockchain. I merged these three technologies for my hackathon project. So, and that also I created in 3 days. Not 3 days, 3 days was the hackathon. So it was around 50 hours it was given to me. So, yeah. So there was a problem statement given to create a database system for police records and cases. So that was given, but for me, I took it as an opportunity. Okay, not just go to Web 2. It was a Web 2 hackathon. I tried to go creative in that. I created a Web 3 project and I failed badly, but that project won me some other hackathons as well. So I'm not going to say that project was a fail. The project was a success. Hackathon was a fail because the judges came, they didn't know about blockchain and all. So yeah, that was the misfortunate me. But talking about project, I tried to create a repository model where they can store the police records or FIRs on IPFS on a decentralized storage. And what I was trying to do, I was trying to create digital signatures in FIR, manual signatures that can be detected or checked every time when they were uploaded on a decentralized network through Python AI script. And I was trying to do that with the help of online FIR registry. I also created a JavaScript framework where you can create where you can write a FIR, and it's a digital it was like a digital notebook kind of thing which I created. So where the FIR can be registered and even signed and stamped. So stamped and sealed were there because in India there are a lot many FIR cases, and we have seen in a lot of movies as well the data is tampered. Why I'm saying this on an online stream, I might be get banned as well, but yeah, that's the truth. Can we access that framework? I'll definitely gonna show you that thing, so don't worry, I'll show you what I created. So I'll have to take a look on my GitHub. I'll share that with you. It was last year October, I guess. Not last year October, it was 2021 October. We are in 2023. So yeah, so that was a project for the hackathon. Similarly, for the bounty part, what are bounties? Bounties are different kind of tasks and assignments given by or launched by different projects in the Web3 space. If you complete that bounty, you'll get the reward. Let me break down the bounty concept for you. How many of you have played GTA Vice City or the games like that on PC in your childhood? I think most of you have seen it or played it. Hmm. Yes. Okay. I think for the questions like these, I have to start asking कि किसने नहीं खेला है, so that चैट में रिप्लाई कम आएंगे, बट हाँ ये देख के अच्छा लग रहा है कि एवरीवन इज एक्टिव इन द कोहोर्ट. Yeah. So for every mission, it's all about when you do the mission, you do the task, you win a bounty, you win a reward for the task and mission completion. So similarly, it's like that. Even in the deepest DAO, there will be bounties, and there are bounties launched previously. Obviously, there will be new bounties right now, and that's what it is about the bounty part. And these are tasks given to a publicly given task, like bounty hunters. Like for the Web3 developers, you are the bounty hunters who can hunt for the bounties, and you can win the rewards. And obviously these rewards are in the numbers of sometimes 300, 500,000 dollars. In Web3 it's all about dollars, not INR, because भाई इंडियन गवर्नमेंट नहीं सपोर्ट कर रही Web3 को, क्या करें. तो मेरी सैलरी भी डॉलर्स में आती है, आप लोगों की भी मोस्टली शायद डॉलर्स में ही आएगी. ठीक है. यूज करने के लिए तो आपको कन्वर्ट करानी पड़ेगी सैलरी, ऑब्वियसली डॉलर्स में इंडिया में यूज नहीं कर सकते, बट हाँ यू कैन से दैट यू आर अर्निंग इन डॉलर्स व्हाइल सिटिंग एट योर होम. एटलीस्ट दैट्स व्हाट आई से, एंड इट्स कूल टू से दैट. आई थिंक यू गॉट द जिस्ट अबाउट बाउंटीज. अगर किसी को नहीं समझ में आया है तो वो नो टाइप कर दो. आई गेस सबको आ गया है. ओके. So what are grants? So I think lot many of you have heard about funding. What is funding? When you build a startup, you build a project, you went to the investors, you go to the investors and ask them for funds. I have done it multiple times. I have got it, not got it. That was my previous life when I was a startup founder and all. So that is what about funding and all is, where you show your case, your project, they get the interest in your project, they show the interest in your project, the investors, and you ask them for money and they ask for equity. That means the ownership in your project. Okay. And that is what it is. But what is grants? Grants is basically you present an idea to the ecosystem of Web3. Let's suppose you present an idea to me or any other who provide grants, and you told them ki, see, this is the vision, this is what I'm going to build, and this will be deployed on your network. Let's suppose I go to Polygon and say, yeah, this is what I'm going to build, and this looks cool and amazing to you. A kind of Shark Tank. Yeah, kind of Shark Tank, but here you don't have to lose the equity. You don't have to give the percentage number, and you don't need to have a ready project. Even if you have an idea, you can get a grant with that. So this is what it is. And grants can be in the number of $10,000 grant, $5,000 grant, $30,000 grant, $25,000 grant. So it's a big number. Calculate कर लेना, multiply by कर लेना भाई. 86 83 के आसपास रेट चल रहा है अभी. 82 83 के बीच में रेट चल रहा है. कैलकुलेट कर लेना उस हिसाब से कितना ग्रांट मनी उठाते हो आप. मतलब मिलियंस में आप ग्रांट उठा रहे हो और मस्त चल रहा है एकदम. मिलियंस में तो नहीं उठा रहे ग्रांट पर, हाँ $1,000 $10,000 $30,000 में आप ग्रांट उठा रहे हो, एंड दीज आर इक्विटी फ्री टू क्रिएट योर प्रोजेक्ट, एंड नोबडी इज फोर्सिंग यू टू क्रिएट द प्रोजेक्ट. कभी कभार most of the time people have scammed by taking the grants. They have not created the project, and still what if the grant money is misused? Yeah, sometimes people do that and there's no hold on to that, but some people create really nice and well projects on them, they get the grant. And misuse is not really well that can happen in the ecosystem, because now the companies are aware as well, so they release the funds in phase manner. Let's suppose you will go for a $30,000 or $50,000 grant. So depending upon your experience and proof of work and everything, they're going to release the funds in a phase manner. Let's suppose they release the for $5,000 for first, and when you showcase the work that okay, for $5,000 you have done the enough amount of work and now you need more money, then they will release the funds. Okay, so this is how the manipulation and misuse is prevented in Web3 for the grants. And then comes the job and internship part. So for jobs and internship, it's about how many projects that you have built. What are the portfolio hackathons for the? It's about building a portfolio. I when I got the job, I was in second year, I guess. Uh, I got the job last year. I got the job on 31st of December was my joining date. 31st December 2021 was my joining date at Router Protocol. So at that point of time, I still remember that I was in second year. So you can see I didn't had much of the work to showcase in Web3, but I did couple of hackathons. I built couple of projects for my portfolio, which were listed on my GitHub. I showcased them and they gave me a task to do. They gave me a task to write a smart contract, a lottery contract, pancake swap, a pancake lottery contract. And when did you start coding? In Web3 or in general, you are asking. Q&A थोड़ा सा बाद में लेते हैं, but if you're asking about in general, I started coding in 11th. My interest was developed in technology when I was in class 5th. And in class 8th, I explored the things, but that's a different thing. I tried to code, but my parents didn't give me the permission to take lessons, private lessons for coding and all. And they asked me to join Allen as a coaching institute. So that's a different story about my life. But then I started coding in 11th. I said, fuck it, and I'm going to code. So I started coding in 11th class. But that was around when I started coding in AI, ML, IoT, Python. For Web3, it's about, I guess, more than 1.5 years for me to start when I started it. Okay. I started in 2021 only, to be precise. So yeah, this is what about jobs in the for the developers. You need to create your projects, and obviously there are websites where you can apply the portfolio, you can share your portfolio and you get the jobs. One thing that I didn't add in the slide was the resources slide, where you can get all the resources information, bounty information, ground information, jobs information. So that was the one slide I wanted to add, but I thought let's keep it to the Discord and share it with the exclusive folks only. So there's going to be exclusive things for the members, so that it people who get it, they really value it. So if you want to get all the information, all the inner insights, you need to become a member. और ये चीजें हैं. So this is how you're going to get the job as well. Hackathons, bounties and grants and everything. How well you are connected with the ecosystem, that also you need to tell. But earlier that point of time, there was no such ecosystem. I was also not part of many DAOs at that point of time. But yeah, now I'm connected, well connected in the ecosystem. I know multiple brands. I'm friends with multiple projects in the ecosystem. I kind of work for many on from one kind of a person. Like Router Protocol is the one where I'm officially working, and I'm helping out building the ecosystem for others like Chainlink, Shardium, and everyone. So this is who I am. But for 6 months, I wholly worked with Router to build my stability in life. So this is what about jobs is. And I think we have reached to the point of Q&A. One by one, I think you can unmute and start asking the doubts. And I'm going to release the bounty tomorrow. What's the bounty for the development cohort? That is obviously going to be released tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow there going to be a different mentor who will be teaching you how to code. Obviously, I'm not going to take all the sessions. I was there for the introductory session only on the development side, which is the cohort that I'm going to take part in. I'm going to take part in, just raise your hands if you have a doubt. Yeah, you can raise your hands. Till then, I'll start saying. So for the product bootcamp, I'm going to take the both of the days. I'll be doing the hands-on with you guys as well as I'm gonna teach you about the product development. And similarly, I'm gonna be showing a guest appearance in the research cohort as well. Okay, so today was my guest appearance for developer cohort. I have my guest appearance for the research cohort as well. Yeah, Rudrash, you can ask the question.
Yeah, so I also learned web development after my 12th, after giving my entrance exams. Now I am having interest in AIML also. So what are the resources that I can learn from? I tried exploring AI and ML,
Hmm.
but that's a very uh, huge thing to do. I learned Python for learning this, but AI and ML I cannot find appropriate resources.
Okay. So for AIML, I must say that you can start looking at the courses on Udemy. Udemy have the some of the best courses available, and it's cheap. I guess they will cost you around 300 400 rupees, and you can get the area you want to explore. There are a lot many areas in AIML that you can explore, various fields of ML that you can explore. Basically, it's always dependent on that. And yeah, we can definitely have a discussion on Discord and even on the personal chat regarding what is the resources at AIML and how you can take a deep dive. I was an expert in OpenCV, Open Computer Vision. That was my forte in AIML. I was the one who was handling the part for Open Computer Vision. And other than that, I was trying to understand the neural machine learning part. So what was that? I was using brain waves to be understand by a computer system. Like you can read the brain waves and brain movements through the computer. So that was one another area I was working on the AI side, artificial intelligence side, how to read that data, and open computer vision for the machine learning side I was doing. I created more than four industry level projects on that end. This is about AIML. Regarding the presentation, any doubts? Anyone? Yeah.
How to
Yes, sir.
expand our network in this Web3 space?
हाँ, तो हाउ टू एक्सपैंड योर नेटवर्क इन वेब3 स्पेस? ट्विटर बनाओ, ट्विटर पे पोस्ट करना शुरू करो, लोगों से कनेक्ट करना शुरू करो, बातें करना शुरू करो ट्विटर पे। मेरी सबसे बड़ी गलती यही थी कि मैं वेब3 में था और मैं ट्विटर पे नहीं था, मैं लिंक्डइन पे रहता था। मेरा मतलब क्योंकि मैं उसी उसमें आता हूँ, 2018 से मैं लिंक्डइन पे हूँ ना, तो मेरा वही वाला माइंडसेट है, अंकलों वाला माइंडसेट है लिंक्डइन वाला। फिर ट्विटर मैंने 6 महीने बाद, मतलब इन द मिड ऑफ 2022 आई स्टार्टेड यूजिंग ट्विटर एंड एक्सटेंसिवली यूज किया, तो फॉलोअर्स भी बढ़े और अच्छे फॉलोअर्स बढ़े, और अभी मेरी प्रोफाइल थोड़ी अच्छी है बट फॉलोअर्स काउंट कम है। ठीक है, तो वो एक छोटी सी चीज है। And Twitter is the must to network. You'll get all sorts of people and all the folks there, and you can easily connect with them. और DAOs को ज्वाइन करो, कम्युनिटीज को ज्वाइन करो, अपने एरिया में देखो कौन सी कम्युनिटी है क्या नहीं है तो बनाने की कोशिश करो। मैं तो यही किया था। देखो, जयपुर में रहता हूँ, and in Jaipur there was not a big Web3 culture. एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं कर सकते, टीयर 2 सिटी है, but or every time I could not travel to Bangalore each and every meetup. Otherwise, I used to travel to Delhi, Bangalore, Gurgaon, everywhere to take the sessions, to attend the sessions as well. So I was also an attendee. I was also a speaker, invited as a speaker as well. So both things were there, but it was not feasible every time to travel. That's why I thought, ki, okay, yeah, let's build an ecosystem in Jaipur. It's our home ground. So yeah. And yeah, definitely with the Deepworks, you can build your Web3 ecosystem in any part of India. We are going to help you out with all the volunteers and all the support, everything will provide. So that's also plus point. But this is how you can increase your network. Those who are leaving the stream, I'm saying ki let's just meet on Discord after the session if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we can wrap up. Okay. If you liked my session, if you liked about anything about it, just do follow me on Twitter. You can also make a tweet about me or the other mentors that you are going to see from tomorrow onwards. Do share them your love on Twitter so that others also know that what an amazing session you attended. And it's a way of gratitude for the folks who are taking the time out and teaching you, mentoring you to build in the space. Tomorrow we are going to have a hands-on session. So uske liye we are going to use the Remix IDE. You don't need to set up anything. We'll teach you from the basics. Okay, so get ready for that. And I hope we can jump to Discord quickly and finish the session here. And I hope there's no questions. Otherwise, we can take it on Discord. So, how many of you are joining on Discord with me? Just let me know if you are coming to Discord. Quickly, you can tell me. Okay. Okay. चलो तो फिर चलते हैं, खूब सारी मस्ती करते हैं ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड. आई होप सबने नोट्स बनाए होंगे. अब मैं चलता हूँ, सबसे बातें करता हूँ ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड. वी कैन रैप द सेशन. Bye bye guys. See you in couple of seconds on Discord.